The Han River. It runs right through Seoul, doesn't it? A place everyone knows, busy, full of life.
Yeah, it's iconic, central.
Which makes what happened there back in July 2023 just so much more disturbing.
Absolutely. A jogger out one morning, gray morning.
Find something, not just trash, but, well, a human torso.
And no head.
Just gone. Found right there, by the river.
It really sends a chill down your spine, especially considering how safe South Korea generally feels. That this wasn't, a movie plot.
No, this was real. And it hit hard. A headless body right in the city's heart. It just raises so many questions right away.
Dreadful questions, really. The kind you don't want to have to ask.
Exactly. And the initial details were so sparse, almost unreal. A male body, maybe mid-30s, 40s.
That was the estimate, yes.
No obvious wounds like stabbing or anything, but the head was missing.
And critically, not much decomposition. Barely any bloating.
Meaning it hadn't been in the water long at all. A very recent death.
Right. And no ID, no wallet. It felt deliberate, like someone actively tried to erase who this person was.
That removal of the head, it's more than just hiding identity, isn't it? It feels calculated.
Oh, absolutely. It suggests a real determination to prevent easy identification. And that freshness of the body, it just added this intense pressure to the investigation right from the start.
So the police, they started looking at the currents, right? Trying to backtrack.
Exactly. Trying to figure out, where the body might have entered the water. Standard procedure, but crucial here.
Then the forensics came back, and it just got weirder.
No defensive wounds.
None. No sign of a struggle, no bullet holes, no stab marks. But the neck.
Yes? What about it?
The report said it was severed cleanly. Almost.
Surgically. Wow, that suggests a lot of control, not a frenzy.
Exactly. Not rage. Something cold, planned.
That clean cut is, quite striking. It points away from, say, a random act of violence and really screams premeditation, a chilling detail.
So naturally, they turn to the cameras. Seoul has them everywhere.
You can barely turn a corner without being filmed. It's one of the most surveilled cities.
You'd think something would have been caught. And eventually, something was.
Right, the breakthrough. Uido Bridge.
Yeah, footage from really early morning, like 2:47 a.m., July 12th.
And what did it show?
A figure, dressed all in black, face covered, hood up, dragging this big, heavy-looking suitcase on wheels.
Dragging it. You can just picture that, can't you? Late at night, deserted bridge. Very unsettling.
Definitely has that clandestine feel. Trying not to be seen.
And then
the figure struggles, heaves the suitcase up and over the railing.
Into the river.
Yeah, a splash in the dark. And that was it. One camera caught that single moment, nothing else.
Just that one angle. Incredible.
They fished the suitcase out later, and inside, metal plates. Heavy ones.
Weights. Clearly intended to make sure it sank and stayed sunk.
But obviously, the plan wasn't perfect. The body came free.
That suggests they really wanted everything gone, permanently. The weights confirm the intent to dispose, but the body surfacing, maybe they miscalculated, or something unexpected happened.
So the body was there, but who was he? That took time.
DNA. That was the key, wasn't it?
Yeah. Eventually, DNA testing put a name to the victim. Kim Min-Jae, 38 years old.
And his background? Anything unusual?
That's the thing, outwardly.
Yeah.
No. Freelance software engineer, no criminal record, no known enemies that police could find initially.
Lived alone,
near Gangnam. Last seen leaving in a co-working space 2 nights before he was found. And apparently he seemed relaxed, normal.
Just an ordinary guy, seemingly. Which makes the way he died even harder to understand. It deepens the puzzle, doesn't it, for everyone trying to make sense of this.
And searching his apartment didn't help much either. It just added layers.
How so?
No forced entry, no sign of any struggle inside, no blood. His laptop was just sitting there untouched.
If there's a but, I feel.
His phone was gone, missing. Which today feels huge, right?
It definitely stands out. Phones hold everything. So the laptop is okay, but the phone was specifically taken. Interesting. Selective.
Neighbors said he was quiet, polite. Coworkers mentioned a side project he was working on.
Oh, anything interesting?
Something about blockchain data privacy.
Blockchain, okay. So, secure encrypted data storage. That could potentially involve sensitive information, depending on the specifics.
Maybe. It seemed innocuous enough on the surface, but then... then this clue emerged. Something Min-Jae himself said.
What was that?
Apparently, the week before he died, he told a friend, sort of casually, if anything happens to me, Check my GitHub.
Wow. Okay, that changes things.
Right. The friend probably thought it was weird at the time, brushed it off. But after the body was found?
It suddenly sounds like a warning or a premonition, like he knew he might be in danger.
Exactly. So investigators dug into his GitHub account, where developers keep their code.
Mm-hmm.
They found it. Not in the main code, but buried deep in the commit history, like hidden in the record of changes he'd made.
Clever. So what was it?
An encrypted message. Took some work to crack, but when they did, well, it was chilling.
What did it say?
They're watching. They know what I know. This isn't about tech. It's about silence.
Wow.
Not-
Wow. It's about silence.
Yeah. Stark. Vague, but incredibly ominous. No names, no specifics about what he knew.
But it's the clearest hint we have about a motive, isn't it? Even if it's cryptic. Suggests he knew something someone wanted kept quiet. Badly.
And who are they? That's the million-dollar question.
It just blows the case wide open, or rather, deepens the mystery significantly.
Predictably, the internet went wild of this. Theories everywhere.
I can imagine. Whistleblower.
That was a big one. Maybe he stumbled onto something major in the tech world, some corporate crime. Or maybe something darker, like blackmail rings, secret investor stuff.
Underground dealings.
Yeah, all sorts of speculation. But crucially, no actual proof for any of it.
Of course. It's easy to theorize when the facts are so thin, but the kind of theories points to how seriously people took that message and the brutality of the crime. It felt like something powerful was behind it.
And you could feel the shift in the public mood. Fear. Unease. This wasn't supposed to happen here, not like this.
That disconnect is jarring, isn't it? The sheer professionalism, almost, of the crime versus the feeling of safety people usually have, it really shook that sense of security.
The police threw everything they had at it, offered a big reward. They even released digital reconstructions of what was in the suitcase besides the weights, trying to jog someone's memory.
Did they track the suitcase purchase? Anything like that?
They tried. Scanned endless hours of traffic cams, trying to trace the suitcase. Nothing solid emerged. It's like whoever did this knew exactly where the cameras weren't.
Knew the blind spots. That suggests planning, reconnaissance even. It reinforces that idea of a sophisticated actor or actors.
So time passes. Weeks turn into months. We're now in May 2025.
And the case is still open?
Open, yes. But cold. Very cold. No new leads, no arrests, just silence.
That passage of time makes it harder and harder. Evidence degrades, memories fade. It's a tough reality for investigators in cases like this.
Even the investigators seem divided, from what you hear. Some think it was personal, targeted, a message for someone specific.
A specific group, maybe? Given the silence motive?
Possibly. Others wonder if it could have been almost random, just an extreme act designed to shock.
That seems less likely given the precision, the message.
I agree. The consensus seems to be, whatever the motive, this was carefully planned. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't impulsive.
The premeditation seems undeniable. But whether it was personal revenge, silencing a witness, or something else, that remains the core mystery.
So here we are, left with this deeply unsettling picture. A body without a head in the Han River. A cryptic digital message about silence. And the person who threw that suitcase over the bridge vanished.
It's the unanswered questions that make it stick with you, isn't it? The brutality, the message, the fact that someone got away with it so cleanly, so far.
It really makes you think about that word. Silence. What can be worth killing for? Just to keep it quiet.
And it makes you look differently at familiar places, doesn't it? Makes you wonder what might be hidden just beneath the surface, even in the safest seeming cities.
Yeah. It's a story without an ending. Not yet, anyway. Just this disturbing pause. An unanswered question hanging in the air.